After the critical failure of Batman v Superman, it was up to Suicide Squad to restore the faith in the DCEU. It was marketed as a fun, action-packed, fast-paced, rip-roaring movie that was full of life, and turned out to be pretty much the exact opposite of everything I just said. Hey everyone, I'm Jim and welcome back to my movie obsession, a place for film obsessors. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the 2016 controversial supervillain DCEU movie Suicide Squad. Yes, I know it's not technically a superhero movie, so we can't really call it a superhero review, but to be honest, it's in that universe, it's in the DC universe, and Batman's in it. And Batman's one of the best things in the movie. One of the only good things in the movie.
He's like the gold standard.
Development on a Suicide Squad movie actually began back in 2009, but things never really took off until 2014, when a Suicide Squad film was in development at Warner Brothers and David Ayer signed on to write and direct in September. By October, the casting process for the film had begun. Warner Brothers had initially offered Ryan Gosling, Tom Hardy, Margot Robbie and Will Smith roles in the film. However, Ryan Gosling dropped out and Jared Leto was in talks for the role of the Joker, for which Gosling was originally going to play. The main cast was announced by Warner Brothers in December, with Smith, Hardy, Leto, Robbie, Jai Courtney and Cara Delevingne as Deadshot, Rick Flag, Joker, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang and Enchantress. However, Tom Hardy had to drop out as Rick Flag because of scheduling issues with his film The Revenant. Jake Gyllenhaal was then given an offer to replace Hardy, but he declined. The studio was then looking at Joel Edgerton and Joel Kinnaman to play the role. In February, Jay Hernandez joined the cast to take on the role of Diablo, and Kinnaman was also confirmed to play Rick Flag. Later that month it was confirmed that, and I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, Adewale Akinoyi Agbalji
Shut up.
and Karen Fukura had been cast as Killer Croc and Katana. In January 2016, Ben Affleck was confirmed to reprise his role as Batman from Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. The studio was also considering Viola Davis, Octavia Spencer and Oprah Winfrey for the role of Amanda Waller.
No! Oh, please, God, no!
But eventually cast Davis. To prepare for his role as Deadshot, Will Smith shaved his head and spent time training with Navy SEALs and Army Rangers, practicing firing a Glock 9mm handgun and an AR-15 rifle. Smith turned out to be a quick learner, particularly with long distance shots using the AR-15. Despite Margot Robbie being the main choice of David Ayer, Warner Brothers had several actresses in mind for Harley Quinn before her. Emma Roberts was first offered the role, but she turned it down to star in Scream Queens. Olivia Furbley, Imogen Poots, Alison Bry, Rooney Mara, Olivia Wilde, Emily Browning and Emma Watson were also considered for the role of Harley Quinn.
Emma Watson as Harley Quinn, I mean, that would be awesome. Like, literally, we could watch Hermione tell Jared Leto how to speak. I mean, think about it. Jared Leto would be talking his gibberish and be like, no, you don't say it like that, actually. Like when she did when she used to chastise Ron. We could have that sort of relationship. Much better than a messed up, abusive relationship which everyone seems to adore. We needed Emma Watson as Harley Quinn.
She seems nice.
Margot Robbie revealed at San Diego Comic-Con that although the cast members of the squad had extensive rehearsals together, she and Jared Leto did not rehearse prior to filming their scenes. She and director David Ayer felt that it added to the unpredictability and chaos of Harley Quinn and the Joker. Jared Leto got so immersed in playing the Joker that he wouldn't break out of character on set even when he wasn't filming. He even sent his fellow cast members Joker-like presents. He sent a live rat to Margot Robbie, bullets to Will Smith, anal beads and used condoms for the rest of the crew. Scott Eastwood, who plays a lieutenant in the movie, commented that Leto frightened him at times with his behaviour, and Will Smith mentioned that he had never actually met the real Jared Leto.
See, this is one of the first things that pisses me off about Jared Leto in this movie. The way he acted like a complete shithouse on set. Like, and not just that, but the performance he came up with, everything just stunk of him being on shrooms.
If you weren't so crazy, I think you're insane.
Principal photography wrapped in August 2015 after additional filming took place in Chicago, Illinois. Additional filming continued in 2016 following Warner Brothers' desire to make a more light-hearted and comedic tone that fit the trailers, especially as Batman v Superman was criticised for being too dark. It was reported that these reshoots cost as much as $22 million, more than the typical $6 to $10 million that additional filming normally costs. Ayer confirmed that the film was finally complete on June 24, 2016. Despite the involvement of multiple editors in the process, John Gilroy is named in the main credit sequence. It was later revealed that many of Jared Leto's scenes were omitted from the final cut. In an interview with Leto, he revealed that he was upset over the removal of a lot of his work.
I wasn't, I was singing Hallelujah.
Following a strong debut that set new box office records, the film grossed over $746 million worldwide, making it the 10th highest grossing film of 2016. It achieved a record worldwide opening of $267.1 million from 59 countries, and an IMAX global debut of $18.2 million. Both of these set new records for the month of August. Sadly, despite its financial success, Suicide Squad received negative reviews from critics. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds an approval rating of 28%. This is one of those occasions where I really do have no choice but to agree with the critics. Don't get me wrong, there is some good in Suicide Squad. The movie starts out with this rock and roll energy. It's very colourful and fast paced, has this rebellious look and style to it, which perfectly goes along with the idea of the film. Sadly, the life the movie starts off with gradually dies slowly but surely, but hey, at least the movie starts with an initial bang. Some of the performances are awesome. We all know Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is a real highlight. The movie pretty much belongs to her. Every single line is believable, and to all the people who say Harley is annoying in the movie, that's kind of what Harley is supposed to be. She's supposed to be, I guess you'd call it, enjoyably annoying. Kind of like Jimmy Carr.
Huh?
Will Smith is fantastic as Deadshot. It's Will Smith, when has he ever been bad? Smith goes the Sylvester Stallone route as Judge Dredd, where he never wears the iconic mask of his character, because he's too much of a big star to do it. Kinda says a bit about the actor's ego, but hey, his marquee face needs to be seen. So to be honest, fuck the mask, it's Will Smith. He ain't wearing that shit.
Y'all jokers must be crazy.
His relationship with his daughter is pretty touching and shows you that Deadshot's heart isn't entirely cold. He's a very bad person, but there is still some humanity left in him. It's just he is most skilled in the terrible art of being a hitman.
Mama says I can't live with you because you kill people.
That's not true. That's a lie. She's lying to you.
Yeah, she's lying. I don't kill them. I just end their life and stop them breathing. It's nothing like murder.
Deadshot scenes with Batman make me really want to see a Batman movie with Deadshot as the villain. Will Smith and Ben Affleck. I'm down. But as is typical with Suicide Squad, everything great about it doesn't really last long. Affleck's brief moments show him truly playing the traditional Batman as opposed to the killing machine from Batman v Superman. Please DC, make a Batman movie with this version of Batman. We only need to see him chasing criminals and kicking ass. We don't need to see him face Superman in his first appearance in this universe. Let him establish himself first. In a movie just like the brief moments he's in Suicide Squad. Jai Courtney is amazing as Captain Boomerang. He completely loses himself in the performance and embodies this fantastic punk rock rebellious style villain with a unique persona and entertaining one-liners.
Jai Courtney actually tried something different than he'd ever tried in his career. He tried to act. Who'd have thunk it?
I find Killer Croc quite fun to watch too, but he does come across as a bit of a missed opportunity as he's mainly in the background for most of the film. Diablo was really interesting. I'd like to have seen more of him. But what we got was pretty great. It's always interesting to see someone with powers who shows the negatives to it, and how it can destroy your life. His powers are epic. Shooting fire from your fingertips is possibly the coolest, but at the same time most destructive thing ever. You really buy into Diablo's story, and it makes you feel for him as he has several genuine moments where he shows that inside he still has morals left, but his powers and temper have left him someone better off living in seclusion. The action scenes are pretty fun, but there isn't much of them. The trailer paints this movie as all-out action and constant fun, but it really isn't. It's cool to see the Suicide Squad kicking ass, but the villains are so unthreatening. It's really hard to get invested.
The hell are they?
They're putties. Have you not seen Power Rangers?
So yeah, even though there isn't much of it, the action that we do get, I enjoy watching, but dear god, they could have came up with some better villains to fight. I've seen more threatening villains in Teletubbies. There's also a really great little scene where the squad is down and out and they go into a bar to drown their sorrows. They end up having this heartfelt conversation, which is fascinating because these guys are bad people that can relate to each other. There's still that little slice of humanity left that allows them to have empathy.
Now let's switch to some of the negatives of the movie. We might be here till 2022.
All of that chit-chat's gonna get you hurt.
Jared Leto as the Joker is fucking diabolical. And I mean fucking diabolical. His performance is one of the worst in screen history, and I'm dead serious. I hadn't seen Suicide Squad for a while, and I could remember not minding Jared Leto as the Joker.
Maybe I was on the same drugs he was on in this movie.
When I went back to this movie, I was truly horrified at the performance that I saw. How did someone not stop him? What are you doing, Jared? I actually think a claim could be made that Jared Leto turned up on set high as a kite, and the director just went, fuck it, it's too late to get another actor. Just hope he doesn't fuck it up too badly.
Desire becomes surrender, surrender becomes power. You want this?
I do.
Say it. Say it. Say it. Pretty, 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 pretty.
It's like a teenager playing the Joker. He is trying so hard, and it's a shame because as for his look as the character, I don't mind it. In fact, I quite like it. I like that he's kind of this blinking version of the Joker. I thought that was quite a cool and unique idea. His hair and makeup is creepy enough, and those teeth for me fit what they were trying to do here, even though they are a bit bizarre, but you know, it fits. It actually took 3 hours each day to apply the tattoos and makeup to Jared Leto for the Joker. No wonder he was so fucking mad.
God, it would have done your head in if you were the makeup artist on that set. Every day for 4 hours you'd be lying there in character in the chair going, come on, apply, yeah, baby.
Every 5 seconds he either looks like he's ejaculating, tripping out, or taking a shit. This performance is cringeworthy. It's really, really bad. His scenes also feel cut to shreds and pasted in just to have him in the movie. He doesn't really have anything to do with what's going on in the film. He's just in there to get him in there. Why not make Joker the villain? The fact he's just in the background in these stupid flashbacks and worthless little scenes shows me they didn't know what to do with him. There's no point in having a villain as big as the Joker in the film if he's going to be pretty much inconsequential. The depiction of the Joker and Harley's relationship is so annoying. We know that the Joker and Harley is an abusive relationship. The Joker couldn't care less if Harley existed. He uses her when it's convenient to him. In this film, he's the bad boy who Harley is trying to change. He does in fact love her, he just treats her bad because he's a Joker, but the potential for a proper relationship is there. For me, I find this so offensive because not only is it not what the Joker and Harley are actually like, but it also glorifies the whole bad boy with a heart of gold idea. And many teenage girls, believe me, I witnessed them doing trailer reactions to Suicide Squad on YouTube, went into this film viewing the Joker and Harley as this adorable, cute power couple.
No, girls, it's not adorable to have a guy who treats you like shit, but it's alright because deep down he loves you and has a heart of gold. It's not romantic, it's obscene.
The whole idea of the Suicide Squad also makes no sense. I've never read any Suicide Squad comics, but the very idea of them forming should end up with Amanda Waller being placed in a straitjacket and stuck in Arkham 2. Taking all these risks, putting your trust in untrustworthy people with a big contrived plan. Instead of just going, hey Batman, come and help us, mate. Hey Flash, help us, mate. Hey Wonder Woman, need your help, love. Come on over.
Where were Batman and Wonder Woman? Were they just hanging around sort of just playing chess? Hey Alfred, where's Batman? Oh, he's just down in the Batcave, wanking. Where was he?
Pussy.
Maybe they weren't asked, but why don't they show up when they can see a city in flames? It makes no sense.
We got lucky with Superman who shared our values. The next Superman might not.
Well, to be honest, the Superman that we had isn't that far off of a terrorist. Just ask the people of Metropolis. City's in ashes. Because of him. Bloody terrorist, mate.
Just as in Batman v Superman, the movie asks you to accept things before they are earned. Later in the movie, Deadshot, who is doing all this for his daughter, and this is his only chance to see her, is instructed by Amanda Waller to shoot Harley, who is about to escape with the Joker. Deadshot deliberately misses because of the friendship he has formed with Harley. So the movie expects us to believe that after 4 hours of hanging out with this deranged lunatic woman, who wouldn't do the same for him, that Deadshot would put seeing his daughter in jeopardy just so he didn't have to kill her. He puts Harley Quinn over his daughter, and you're supposed to believe it's justified and earned because, as always, DC wants to have their cake and eat it. And yes, I know Deadshot still ended up getting to see his daughter, but he didn't know that, so why was he willing to risk that? So Daddy, why am I not able to see you now, ever again in a million years? Because I chose not to kill an evil woman who was escaping with an evil man to do evil things. You know, it's times like these I wish I was adopted. I really wasn't a big fan of Enchantress as a villain of the movie. First we have a bunch of putties, then we have Enchantress, a big CGI mess that I can't help laughing at whenever she's on screen. She seems like a villain from a bad mid-2000s superhero movie. She's just a CGI mess that is too overblown and fantastical. This movie needed a down and dirty gritty villain, or villains for Deadshot and company to battle. Enchantress is a sort of villain you can't really fight, as she's this big mystic witch. So the ending scene isn't even a fight, it's just an odd standoff with bright colours and striking CGI. I wanted to see the Suicide Squad do battle with villains, not have a villain try and invade their mind through hallucinations. I mean, what the hell is this shit? It's embarrassing. She looks like shit too. Bullshit.
Careful.
Suicide Squad also suffers with the same issue Batman v Superman and later Justice League seem to. It's cut to shreds. The early days of DCEU were very bizarre. Every 5 seconds they are ripping apart their movies and doing different cuts and changing this and changing that and adding this and adding that. To me, that's a clear sign the filmmakers had no faith in what they were doing. It's as if the filmmakers have become builders. Change that, rip that out, change that, that's a supporting wall, change that, pull that out, put that there. The end result seems like a cobbled together mess. It's all over the place and barely makes narrative sense.
And another error of the film which they completely overthought was the score. If you're a fan of every popular song in music history, Suicide Squad has you covered.
Seriously, we have Eminem, Black Sabbath, Kanye West, Queen, Beyonce, the Rolling Stones, AC/DC. There is literally a different song every scene. It literally makes you find the brilliant songs annoying because it is overkill. Just throwing a popular song behind every scene doesn't make a movie cool. Just makes the scenes where the song actually fits redundant.
Even Tarantino and Scorsese would try a way of putting that many songs in their film, and those guys shit their record collection all over their movies.
Because it's so much fun, Chan! Get it!
So ultimately, while there are some fun things in Suicide Squad, it is in the end a very frustrating movie that completely fails to fulfill its potential. At least DC has redeemed itself with Wonder Woman and Aquaman, because back here DC was stuck in a rut they just couldn't seem to climb out of. Is it the worst movie ever made? No, but it's probably one of the most disappointing and annoying movies ever made. So sadly, I can't forgive the squad on this one, even if some of them are pretty cool. On Suicide Squad, Rolling Stone's Peter Travers wrote that DC Comics tried something different with Suicide Squad, an all-star collection of crime-fighting villains, and the end result is anything but super. Richard Lawson of Vanity Fair said that Suicide Squad is just bad, it's ugly and boring, a toxic combination that means the film's highly fetishised violence doesn't even have the exciting tingle of the wicked or the taboo. And writing for the Wall Street Journal, Joe Morgenstern heavily criticised the film, saying, in a word, Suicide Squad is trash. In 2 words, it's ugly trash. Despite the negative backlash, due to the success of the movie, a sequel is currently in the works. And of course, Margot Robbie has been awarded her own spin-off, Harley Quinn movie with the Birds of Prey, called The Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn. That title is so ludicrous, I actually quite like it.
Let's just hope Jared Leto doesn't pop up in it, eh? Come on. Baby.
While no video game tie-in for Suicide Squad was released on the main consoles, an Android game adaptation was released on July 16, 2016. It's a real crime this game wasn't released on the main consoles because it's better than the movie. This is a fairly slick and well made first person shooter full of colour and great visuals that definitely pop. The graphics are awesome for an Android game and the characters and environment look amazing. This game already one-ups the movie because it's actually wild and exciting. It's great fun to play, it's a real escapist little game. The only downfall is the controls are not top notch, but you can't really ask for perfection from an Android game. This game is essentially a Suicide Squad version of Duke Nukem, and that's good enough for me. The game is pretty much what I wanted the film to be. Entertaining, fast paced and pretty damn fun.
So what do you guys think of Suicide Squad? Do you agree with me that it was a massive disappointment, or are you actually one of the fans? Because this movie does have its fans, so let me know. I would like to hear why you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and please consider subscribing. The main focus of this channel is in-depth reviews on retro movies from the 80s and 90s, as well as superhero movies. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, subscribe so we can discuss our movie obsession. So the next movie in the superhero review series is of course Wonder Woman, where DC finally started to get on somewhat of a right track. So thanks for watching everyone, and I will see you next time.